everyone, my name is Hayley Taylor Schlitz and I'm an attorney in the United States. I want to begin by thanking the LAWSANAID Initiative for inviting me to be part of this important conversation. I also want to recognize the incredible work LAWSANAID is doing across Africa and globally to promote diversity, disability inclusion, youth leadership, and access to legal education. Initiatives like this are incredibly powerful because they remind students and young professionals that success is not just about individual effort. It is also about community, mentorship, and creating systems where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The theme of this conversation is Your Mind is Your Power, and that idea resonates deeply with me because my own educational journey was built around learning how to use my mind intentionally. I completed both my undergraduate degree and law degree at an unusually young age, and people often ask what the secret is to performing well academically. The truth is that academic excellence is rarely about raw intelligence alone. It is about discipline, strategy, and mindset. One of the most important study methods that helped me in law school was learning how to focus on understanding rather than memorization. Law is not a field where success comes from remembering the most information. Instead, success comes from understanding how legal principles work and how to apply them to new situations. So, when I studied, I focused on breaking every case down and combing through until I understood. My journey taught me at a young age that there is no time frame for this. 1 week or 1 year, just train your brain to understand and think analytically and critically, not memorize aimlessly. Another strategy that helped me was active learning. Instead of just reading cases and hoping the material would stick, I spent time rewriting my notes into structured outlines and testing my understanding through practice questions. Explaining legal concepts in my own words was one of the most effective ways to make sure I truly understood the material. But beyond study techniques, mindset played a major role in my success. One shift that helped me tremendously was recognizing that confusion is part of the learning in law school. You'll often encounter ideas that feel complex or overwhelming at first. Instead of seeing that as a sign that you're not capable, I learned to see it as a sign that my mind was stretching and growing. The discomfort that comes with learning difficult things is actually a sign that you're developing new intellectual strength. Another part is a habit that helped me succeed academically. Learning how to protect my focus in a world full of distractions was critical. Today we live in an environment where notifications, social media, and constant digital noise compete for our attention, but deep learning requires deep focus. One strategy that worked well for me was studying in focused blocks of time, where I removed distractions completely. That meant putting away my phone, closing unnecessary tabs and apps, and committing to being fully present with the material I was studying. Even 2 or 3 hours of truly focused work can be far more effective than an entire day of distracted studying. Block off the time and truly commit to it. I also learned the importance of trusting in my own intellectual voice. In law school, it can be intimidating to hear classmates express strong opinions or complex interpretations of the law, but one of the most important things you can develop is trust in your own reasoning and perspective. The legal profession needs diverse thinkers, different life experiences, and new ideas. Your perspective has value, and believing that is part of building academic confidence and, in turn, academic success. The second question, how to balance academics with mental health, is just as important. Legal education can be intense. It demands focus, time, and emotional energy. But I firmly believe that you cannot perform at your best academically if you're neglecting your well-being. For me, maintaining balance started with understanding that rest and mental health are not distractions from success, they're part of success. One way I protected my mental health was by building structured routines. I had dedicated study periods, but I also scheduled time for rest, family, and personal interests. Having those boundaries allowed me to remain productive without feeling constantly overwhelmed. Another key factor was purpose. When you remember why you are pursuing legal education, whether it's to advocate for justice, support your community, or create systemic change, it becomes easier to push through difficult moments. Purpose gives meaning to the hard work. I also believe strongly in the power of support systems. No one succeeds alone. Mentors, peers, family members, educators, great trees can all play important roles in encouraging you when challenges arise. Building those relationships helps create a sense of belonging, which is essential for both academic and emotional resilience. Finally, confidence comes from trusting the growth process. Every student experiences moments of doubt, but the truth is that resilience is built by facing challenges, learning from them, and continuing forward. Each obstacle you overcome strengthens your ability to tackle the next one. So if I could leave students with one message today, it would be this. Your mind truly is your greatest power. When you develop focus, resilience, and confidence, you unlock the ability to achieve goals that once seemed impossible. Academic success is not reserved for a small group of people. It is something that can be cultivated through discipline, self-belief, and the willingness to keep learning. I want to thank the LAWSANAID Initiative again for creating spaces like this that support students, empower young leaders, and promote conversations around mental health and academic growth. Your work is helping build a future where more young people have the opportunity to succeed, and I'm honored to continue to and contribute to that mission. Thank you.